Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have my hair prepped and braided because we're just gonna get right into it. I took out my boho braids and washed my hair, gave it a good clean and deep condition, and I am gonna be doing butterfly locks. So I've actually been considering doing butterfly locks for so long, and every time when it was actually popular I would go to the store and they would never have the hair, but because I just need a style that I can have in my hair for now until I go to get my next trim in a month, is something that's quick, easy, and easy to remove. I don't want anything complicated. So I'm using the X-Pressions Bonita butterfly locks. I got 5 packs. I probably don't need 5 packs at all, but because I didn't want to run the risk of not having enough hair, I just bought extras. I can always use it later on. But yeah, so for the braid pattern, it really doesn't need to be neat because it's crochet braids. So of course, as we know, like what it looks like under doesn't so much matter. But I tried the method this time of doing the elastics just for the first 2 to give it more of that single, like I guess single braid type of look. And then I'm just gonna turn so you guys can see. I did the back, and then I just used some thread and I sewed in the, like sewed down the braid just so it's nice and flat. But yeah, so I'm gonna get started. I'm giving myself about an hour to an hour and a half to get this all in. We shall see if it actually takes me such little time. I'm hoping so. But yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna be a super quick and easy style to do. I can only hope and pray. I saw too, like some people were having issues with the fact that the loop wasn't big enough. I'm hoping that this has been improved because I really don't want to be fighting with this to get it attached to my hair, so we'll see. But yeah, it's kind of looking like some of them are a little bit tight, so I'll probably be trying to use the bigger ones. Like this one looks pretty good, so yeah, let's get started, as my daughter would say.
Me, you know it. Behind it all, you are the motive. Don't tell you enough, but baby, I'll show it, show it. You say the kid where you come from, take it out quick, no one. So baby, I'ma drop it like stolen. I'ma fix it like a joke. We can catch a flight to the sun. Go to the Mars, the lobster. They can try to catch up.
Hey, make sure you.
So far, so good, I think. It looks like the elastic is visible a little bit still, but I don't know that it matters so much. I'm thinking I'm probably just gonna go down each braid just to make my life a little bit easier.
She asked me to come over last night. She said she was having coffee.
One thing I notice is that
I'm not sure.
One thing I do notice is that it's a little bit tricky to get the hair through the hoop sometimes. Like it takes a little bit of tugging, so I'm trying to open up the loop as much as possible just so that when I'm passing it through it's good. And then I'm also leaving like 1 finger space or so in between because these are pretty thick. Like I don't want it to be too heavy on my head. And then I'm just doing like getting just the loop through. I'm not trying to fit this entire thing through my hair because I feel like that's what's gonna damage it and also undo my braid. But yeah, as you can see, it's like it's a little bit tight to get it through. But then once it's through, you're good. And then what I'm trying to do is just push it back up a little bit just so it doesn't look so stretched at the root or thin at the root. And there we go. So it's 3 down, 1 million to go.
It's the way you love.
Okay, so let me pause my TV because of course I have something on. Also, if you guys haven't seen Reasonable Doubt yet on Disney Plus, it is a must watch. I have been binge watching it since I started taking down my braids and then now putting this hair in. Super good, highly recommend. But yeah, so I finished doing the back. I ended up deciding to just do the back row, like come down and do the back. So I'm gonna move on to the next row, and then now I think I'm just gonna do row by row, and then I can fill in any gaps as needed. But here, I don't know if you guys can actually see it properly, but this is what the back looks like so far. For the most part, the hoops aren't too bad. It looks like the ones that are not loose enough, I can push the hair down just a little bit to make enough space. So that's what I've been doing, but so far so good. So yeah, I'm gonna continue on. Also, just a funny thing, when I bought the hair, I was trying to count all the strands just to figure out how much was in a pack to decide on how much to buy. Guys, why does it say how many strands are in it right here? Yeah, clearly I was not, this was like an observation oversight. But anyways, so I probably won't need 5 packs just from what I'm seeing so far, because I still have this left and out of the 1 pack. So yeah, I don't think I'll need 5, but at least I'll have for next time if I decide to do this style again. So far I like it. I like how it looks on everybody else, but we'll see how it actually looks on me. So yeah.
Focus on business. I was just doing that shit for her. See, I thought you were doing this shit for me. But fuck me, right?
Okay, so little update.
You know what?
Let me pause. So I am a good ways done. I just have a little bit in the middle to do, but I'm trying to space it out because I do find this hair to be a little heavy. I might actually go through and take out some pieces. Yeah, I just find it to be heavier than I would like. And I think in general, I feel like locks, like the full lock style, even with the hair wrapping, can be pretty heavy, which is part of the reason why I've been apprehensive about even doing it just to my hair. But yeah, so I am gonna try to space out the back just to reduce the heaviness a little bit, but I do like how it's looking so far. The elastic method, one thing I guess I don't really like about it is how tight it feels. It could be me too. I feel like I woke up with a headache today, and so I think I'm just extra sensitive to any kind of sensation right now. But I'm definitely already feeling like this side, the volume I prefer over this side. This side feels so bulky compared to this one, so I definitely think I am gonna take out a few. I took 2 out from this side already, which is my left. But yeah, I think I am gonna take out some more just because I don't want it to be weighing down my head. The whole point of this was just to be something to get me through until I get my hair done for the holidays. I really didn't want it to be something that was gonna be annoying, and I have to admit it's feeling like it's gonna be annoying. So yeah, also too, I'm trying to not use more than the 4 packs, so I'm trying my best to stretch out some of them. The hair I wasn't using because the loops were too tight, so I've been trying to figure out how to stretch them out, just kind of tugging it a little bit, which is working so far. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's coming along. I'm just trying to put bigger spaces in between, definitely more so 2 finger spaces as opposed to 1, especially because my fingers are small. So yes, updates when I'm done, but this is a little check-in. So far so good, and I'm just gonna keep going.
the way you are. Stop. Use the way you move. The way you talk. It's the way you love. It's the way you are. Stop. Use the way you move. The way you I ain't even make my bed.
Okay, so I am all done with this crochet. It took me about 4 hours to do all together, I'm gonna say, and yeah, I'm happy with it. There were a couple of takeaways from this style that I am gonna share. So one, I have pretty thick hair, not overly thick hair compared to some people, or not overly, but I don't have heavily dense hair compared to some people, but I do have quite a lot of hair. And so I did 10 cornrows going down. Next time doing this jumbo size, I would probably stick to anywhere from like 6 to 8 cornrows because the hair is pretty heavy. So as I was going through it, like I found by the time I got to the 3rd row, it felt pretty heavy, especially on this side. This is the side I started on. And so I found myself leaving much bigger spaces just to kind of give the weight of my head a little bit of a break. Also too, I didn't want it to be too bulky. So that was one thing. The second thing was that when I put in the elastics, I did them a little too tight. I underestimated how tight it would feel or how much tension or weight there would be once I put in the crochet locks. So that's something to just be mindful of. Don't put the elastic bands too tight because when you attach the hair, it really pulls. So that was a little bit uncomfortable. I had to go through and loosen some of them. I did go through and take out some of the locks just because I did find it, like I said, to be kind of heavy and bulky. It's not a style that I would necessarily be wearing down all the time. I do like how it looks up, and I'm going to show you guys how I styled it when I was playing around with it. Probably don't wear it up for too long for the first couple of days. Definitely give it at least 3 days before you wear it up, because if you know, you know. But yeah, I really like it. It's a style I would 100% do again, with keeping in mind just decreasing the amount of cornrows that I do, because the locks are so thick, you don't need a lot. Like I ended up using, I would say about 4 packs, but even 4 packs seems like a lot for the size, in all honesty. One of the things I wasn't a fan of with this particular brand is that some of the locks I had to go in and work the loop to stretch it out. I know Nala Tress, I believe it is another by Janet collection, is another option. They didn't have it at the store that I was at, but apparently the loops are a lot better on that brand now. I know that was an issue that people have talked about in the past. So if it is something you're considering, just take a look at the brands. You might want to compare, contrast. I still like the quality. Most of the loops were fine, but some of them were annoying to have to try to open up, and it added to the time that it took for me to do the hair. But overall, it's successful. This is not a style that's staying in for very long. As I mentioned, I only plan on keeping it in for about 4 weeks, not even a full 4 weeks, and then it's going to be coming out for the holidays. But yeah, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will be also posting, you guys can look out for that Vlogmas content. Definitely going to be worth the watch. You'll see some holiday shopping and gift ideas in there. You'll also see some tree decorating and DIYs in there, as well as some culture stuff with sharing just what we eat around the holidays and how my family does things. So I hope you tune in for that. But if you like what you see so far on my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. You can also hit the notification bell just so you can get alerts on when I put up new posts. Quickly before I head out, I'm just going to show you guys how I like to style this, just for how I'll probably be wearing it most of the time. So I just pull up a few, and then for the last part I only pull up like every other lock, and then same thing on this side. Super simple, but I don't know, I'm a half up half down kind of girl in general, even with my natural hair if I'm wearing box braids. So maybe that's why I gravitated toward this. And I just take one of the locks, wrap it around, and I pull it through. And I'm just gonna tighten it, and there. And super cute. I love how it looks in this way. I probably will most likely be wearing it like this all the time unless I'm at work. But yeah, I really like it. If you guys had any questions about how I did it, yeah, if you had any suggestions for what I could have done better, leave it in the comments. But until next time, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and see you soon.